Now we are going live. ठीक है, 3 बजे होगा.
Gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to today's program. We extend the warmest welcome to all present here. We have been apprised that the Honorable Minister has arrived in the premises and will be reaching here in the auditorium soon. We request everyone to kindly please take your seats, and also a very humble request to please put your phones on the silent mode to maintain the sanctity and decorum of the program that we are just about to begin. सभी से निवेदन है कि हमारे माननीय मंत्री जी ऐसा सूचित किया गया है कि प्रेमाइसेस में आ चुके हैं और अब किसी भी समय इस सभागार में प्रवेश करेंगे। सभी से निवेदन है कि मोबाइल फोन्स को कृपया सभी साइलेंट मोड पर मेंटेन करें। धन्यवाद। Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we had been waiting for is right here. Our chief guest has arrived. Dr. Jitendra Singh ji is here, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Science and Technology and Ministry of Earth Sciences. Let us join our hands to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. Zordar taliyan. We also welcome on stage Professor Ajay Kumar Sood ji, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. Please join your hands as we welcome Professor Ajay Kumar Sood ji. We also welcome Professor Abhay, Karandikar ji, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology. Let's have a warm applause for Professor Abhay. And we also welcome on stage Dr. Kumar Kalyanaraman, CEO, ANRF. हमारे सभी अतिथियों के लिए जोरदार तालियां। सभी से निवेदन कि अपने स्थान पर सभी बैठ जाएं। आइए इस कार्यक्रम को अब विधिवत हम शुरू करते हैं। कहते हैं, तोड़ना है हर पिंजरा, मेरी उड़ान अभी बाकी है। तोड़ना है हर पिंजरा, मेरी उड़ान अभी बाकी है। मंजिलें ज़मीं भर नहीं, आसमान अभी बाकी है। A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to everyone present here today. It is our privilege to welcome you all to the Foundation Day celebrations of Anusandhan National Research Foundation, ANRF, a significant initiative of the Government of India to boost research and innovation in the country. ANRF was established on this day in the year 2024, and we are celebrating its Foundation Day. Ladies and gentlemen, as we say that we begin any auspicious function, any auspicious proceeding by lighting the ceremonial lamp. आइए दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ इस कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करते हैं। मंचासीन सभी गणमान्य अतिथियों से माननीय मंत्री जी से निवेदन करते हैं कि दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ आज के कार्यक्रम को विधिवत आप शुरू करें। कृपया दीप प्रज्वलन के साथ, सेरेमोनियल लाइटिंग ऑफ द लैम्प के साथ चलते हैं अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर, प्राणी से परमात्मा की ओर, पदार्थ से सूक्ष्म की ओर। जोरदार तालियां, करतल ध्वनि से हम भी जुड़ जाते हैं। हमारी ओर से करतल ध्वनि हमारा साथ है, जो दीप प्रज्वलन में हम सभी दे रहे हैं अपनी अपनी जगह से। शुभम करोति कल्याणम, आरोग्यम धन संपदा, शत्रु बुद्धि विनाशाय, दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते, दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। We will now proceed with the honored tradition of felicitating our distinguished guests as a token of our appreciation. जैसा कि हजारों वर्षों से हम कहते आए हैं, अतिथि देवो भव. The Honorable Minister of Education has expressed his inability to attend the program today owing to his official engagement in the Lok Sabha throughout the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, we proceed with our dignitaries who have arrived here. May I please request Professor Ajay Kumar Sood ji to kindly please felicitate our Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. Honorable Minister, Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences. So, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत आपका. Professor Ajay Kumar Sood ji to felicitate our Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. पुनः तालियों के साथ अभिनंदन। एक बहुत ही सुंदर उत्सव है, एक बहुत ही Sundar Divas. May I now request Dr. Shivakumar Kalyanaraman to kindly please felicitate Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. जोरदार तालियों के साथ पुनः अभिनंदन. Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, thank you very much for joining us here. I once again request Dr. Shivakumar to welcome Professor Abhay Karandikar, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology. Thank you, sir, for joining us here today. बहुत बहुत आभार. A very warm welcome once again, Zordar Talia. May now request Shri Nishant Verma ji, Joint Secretary ANRF, to kindly please felicitate Dr. Shivakumar Kalyanaraman, CEO ANRF. Abhinandan, Swagat, Vandan. Punah बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन. We extend a warm welcome to the members of the ANRF Executive Council, ex-officio members, secretaries of various ministries and departments, our collaborators and audience joining us online. We also warmly welcome our other distinguished dignitaries, leaders from government, academia, the scientific community, and our friends from the media to this very special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed with the program, may I now take the opportunity of requesting Dr. Shivakumar Kalyanaraman, Chief Executive Officer ANRF, to kindly please present the welcome address and also please share his perspectives on ANRF's vision and the journey with us. Let's welcome Dr. Shivakumar with a round of applause.
Namaskar, good afternoon, and thank you to everyone for being here. First, it is a privilege to be here in the Foundation Day, and it's a privilege to welcome the Vice President of the ANRF Governing Board, Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, Shri Jitendra, Dr. Jitendra Singh, and of course we are missing Honorable Minister for Education who couldn't be here as well. We warmly welcome the Honorable Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India and also the Chairperson of the Executive Council of ANRF and Secretary DST, and who was the erstwhile CEO of ANRF as well, and all the secretaries who are gathered here, dignitaries, friends. I will keep it extremely brief. ANRF is, as you know, founded on the shoulders of giants, all the scientific ministries. So much work has gone on across the government to make it happen, and I'm really privileged to be standing on the shoulders of giants. Our mission is to be very simply the catalyst for the rise of India as a research and development powerhouse, and we want to be one of those pillars of human capital, which complements the physical and digital capital and infrastructure that has been developed over the last 10 years of this government, 11 years of this government. The focus of ANRF is on impact orientation in everything that we do, and it is not what we fund, but what changes because we fund it. And our role as a catalyst is to be a catalyst for change, catalyst to enable and crowd in all the good things for our country. And we think of collaboration as a means to an end of the impact that we seek. And this means collaborations across disciplines, collaborations across departments of the government, like we do in our Maha Mission Mode programs, collaborations across institutions which are represented here. We have representatives of the PAIR and the Maha EV mission here. Thank you for being here. And collaborations across academia and industry that are there through our Maha Mission Mode programs, and more recently the ITRI program that has been launched. And also partnerships with government and non-governmental organizations alike. We welcome our foundation friends, our Gates Foundation colleagues and others, as well as FAST, who has been helping us as well. Right? Thank you for all the great work you're doing. And we also are doing a lot on social media to use it as a force for science, use it as a force for democratizing, demystifying research, and celebrating the work of our researchers, and enabling them to build their own identities, brands, and so on. So we are also using AI for good to help accelerate the democratization and demystification of research through programs like Saral that we are doing. And ANRF is also actively engaging in ease of doing science and also in various other initiatives on social media. And I want to thank my media team. So our program teams have been extremely busy drawing out horizontal programs that are built on the foundation of the SCRB that we had, and then new vertical programs like these Maha Mission Mode programs, pair programs, and now ATRI and other industry academic collaboration programs. And all of these are a feeder or a foundation that leads into the huge RDI scheme that has been recently launched that is also housed within ANRF in partnership with the Anchor Ministry, DST. So ANRF's journey has just begun, and as I keep saying, I like Hindi movies, so I keep saying hum saath saath hai, and in terms of our collaboration, and also picture abhi baki hai. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for setting the context and also for letting us know your views and thoughts on this momentous occasion. And as you rightly mentioned, ANRF as a catalyst for change and bringing about collaboration to achieve the same. Thank you very much for addressing us. Ladies and gentlemen, to mark this important occasion, ANRF is pleased to release a compendium on ANRF programs and initiatives. I now invite the Honorable Minister and distinguished dignitaries on the dais to kindly please release this compendium. I also request Shri Nishant Vermaji, Joint Secretary, ANRF, and Dr. Shilpi Paul, Scientist F, ANRF, to please join the dignitaries on the stage for release of this compendium. A compendium on ANRF programs and initiatives. Indeed, an important release. To mark this important occasion, we are releasing this compendium on the various programs and the initiatives which have been undertaken. पुनः जोरदार तालियां हम सभी की ओर से आइए सेलिब्रेट करते हैं इस लम्हे को, इस क्षण को. Thank you very much. Thank you. We now invite the Honorable Minister to please release a special film on ANRF showcasing its mission, impact, and also the vision for the future. Sir, may we please request you to press the remote button and release the special film on ANRF. Thank you very much, sir.
आप सब जय जवान जय किसान के विजन से लंबे अरसे से परिचित रहे हैं. रिसर्च और फोकस करते हुए हमने उसमें जय विज्ञान और जय अनुसंधान भी जोड़ा है. हमने अनुसंधान नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन बनाया है.
Anusandhan National Research Foundation, established under the ANRF Act 2023, is India's apex body for advancing research, innovation and entrepreneurship across academia, research institutions and industry. By mobilizing funding, fostering collaboration and driving innovation across science, technology, health, environment, social sciences and humanities with interface of S&T, ANRF is building a vibrant research ecosystem for a Viksit Bharat 2047.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के तहत अनुसंधान नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन एक दृढ़ स्तंभ, एक सुखद स्तंभ के रूप में, एक प्रयास के रूप में इंडस्ट्री एकेडेमिया की कोलैबोरेशन और को फंडिंग का एक नया मंच बनते जा रहा है.
In a transformative step to bolster India's research and innovation ecosystem, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi launched the Research, Development and Innovation RDI scheme on 3rd November 2025.
हमने रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट इनोवेशन स्कीम भी शुरू की है और इसके लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए की राशि तय की गई है। हमारा प्रयास है कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर में भी रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट को बढ़ावा मिले। पहली बार हाई रिस्क और हाई इंपैक्ट प्रोजेक्ट के लिए कैपिटल भी उपलब्ध कराई जा रही है।
The scheme will be anchored by TST and implemented by ANRF.
आज जरूरत है सिनर्जी बिटवीन रिसर्च, इनोवेशन, academia and industry. आज जरूरत है closer collaboration between public and private sector both domestically and internationally. आज जरूरत है नॉन गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज और स्टेक होल्डर्स की शमूलियत की और आपको जानकर के खुशी होगी कि नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन अनुसंधान में लगभग 60% भागीदारी नॉन गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज की है।
ANRF core research funding approach guided by 2 complementary pillars. A vertical vision focused on mission-oriented research aligned with national priorities and a horizontal vision that empowers investigator-driven research across disciplines and career stages. Through targeted programs, ANRF supports the full research continuum. NPTF supporting young researchers, PMECRG for early career researchers, Ramanujan Fellowship for brilliant Indian and Indian origin scientists and engineers working abroad to take up scientific research positions in India. Advanced Research Grant is for frontier impactful science. National Science Chair honors eminent superannuated Indian scientists in STEM and medicine. JC Bose Grant is for senior scientists pursuing high-risk, high-reward research. Inclusivity Research Grant promotes equitable participation by supporting SC/ST researchers. The FAIR initiative, aligned with National Education Policy 2020, strengthens institutional research capacity through a hub-and-spoke mentorship model.
The FAIR initiative, which has established 7 hubs and 45 spokes, connecting top institutions to the institutions where we need to build research capacities.
Through MAHA initiatives, ANRF aims to advance mission mode multi-institutional research. Electric mobility is the first focus area, in which 7 electric mobility nodes, e-nodes, are working in consortia mode with 35 R&D institutions and 61 industry partners.
Anusandhan National Research Foundation, one of the first missions that we launched was on the electric vehicles mission. And that mission included not only the power electronics and drives for the electric missions, but most importantly, the battery materials, and also the charging infrastructure. So these were very, very important components of the electric vehicle missions.
New initiatives under MAHA in MedTech, AISE and 2D Materials Research Fab have also been launched to strengthen industry-academia collaboration resulting in national impact. Several programs are currently in the pipeline. Through initiatives such as lightning talks, expert-led webinars and platforms like Saral AI, ANRF is democratizing research communication. Guided by the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, ANRF is empowering researchers through transparent funding and mission mode research, turning ideas into impact for a Viksit Bharat at 2047.
Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan for making Viksit Bharat 2047. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to a key highlight of today's program. We are pleased to share an important new initiative of the Anusandhan National Research Foundation, the Prime Minister Professorship Program launched in July 2025. This program reflects ANRF's commitment to strengthening the research and innovation culture across the country, especially in institutions that are relatively less endowed. Through this initiative, ANRF is leveraging the expertise of active, eminent and superannuated scientists, individuals who bring with them decades of experience, leadership and scholarly depth to mentor, guide and inspire emerging research ecosystems. The Prime Minister Professorship Program is closely aligned with ANRF's PAIR framework. Eligible host institutions are spoke institutions, including state, central and other institutions that have applied under the PAIR program, ensuring that mentorship and capacity building are embedded within a larger institutional partnership model. We are happy to share that 20 Prime Minister professors spanning 19 states and 1 union territory have been recommended for the support. Together, they represent a powerful national framework for knowledge, mentorship and aspiration. This initiative is yet another step by ANRF towards building a more collaborative and future-ready R&D ecosystem for India. Thank you. We now move on to the Foundation Day lecture. It is my honor now to invite Professor Abhay Karandikar ji, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, to kindly please deliver the Foundation Day lecture. जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करते हैं Professor Abhay.
Thank you very much, Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, Professor A.K. Sood, Chief Executive Officer of ANRF, Dr. Kumar, my fellow secretaries, Dr. Ajit Mohanty, Dr. Ravichandran, Dr. Kalai Selvi, Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, who are all members of the Governing Board and the Executive Council of the ANRF. First of all, I would like to congratulate the entire ANRF community and also the scientific ministries for this momentous occasion. We have completed about 2 years since the beginning of the Anusandhan National Research Foundation, when the ANRF Act was first notified on 5th February 2024. Today marks an important ceremonial milestone and a very decisive moment in the entire scientific ecosystem of the country. As you know that the establishment of the Anusandhan National Research Foundation represents in some sense a fundamental paradigm shift in how we are approaching the science, technology and innovations and associated programmatic interventions through various R&D programs and missions. Today is actually an opportunity to reflect, since we have completed now about 2 years, that how we have done in the past for last 2 years and how we can move forward in terms of structurally reimagining our research, development and innovation ecosystem. I think one of the most important aspects of establishment of the ANRF was a shift from the fragmented funding mechanisms that already existed and that even exist now, either through the erstwhile Science Engineering Research Board or the Department of Science and Technology or Department of Biotechnology or other ministries, to a more strategic, outcome-oriented and impact-linked research governance framework. And that has been actually one of the most important structural shifts that was taken in the establishment of the ANRF. So this foundation actually signifies a conscious move beyond the fragmented models towards a more coordinated and nationally aligned research ecosystem where fundamental research, discovery, translation and impact are all part of a single continuum. And therefore, it is very, very significant that in both in the Executive Council and the Governing Board, all the scientific ministries and secretaries are represented in the governance framework of this foundation. Another important aspect of the establishment of the ANRF has its genesis in the National Education Policy 2020, which recognized that in order for our country to move forwards both in terms of improving our R&D infrastructures and also scaling our full-time equivalent R&D personnel, we need to go beyond the established tier 1 or premier institutions to tier 2, tier 3 universities, including the state public universities and other academic institutions. In this context, therefore, as was just shown in the film, the PAIR program has been an important programmatic interventions in that directions. Over the past decades, India's science, technology and innovation ecosystem has undergone a remarkable and sustained growth story. All of you know that we have risen either in the form of Global Innovation Index or in the form of scientific publications or in the form of IPR or the patent filings. But more importantly, I think it is important to nurture the human capital that will drive the next 2 decades of both, the fundamental science discovery and also the applied research and translations. India today produces about 24,000 PhDs annually in science and engineering, and by that measure, we are regarded as number 3 in the world in terms of PhDs in science and engineering. So while this base of highly trained researchers is expanding, we also need to consolidate in terms of the impact that this important human capital can make and turn it into our most critical national asset, providing the intellectual fuel for both the frontier research and the applied innovations. As we move towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, the ANRF occupies an extremely important and unique role. It is bound to become the integrating spine of India's research and innovation architecture. ANRF is designed to do what no single institutions, and as I mentioned, the erstwhile Science Engineering Research Board could do. For example, align the principal investigator driven research, the mission oriented solution focused research, or now as was mentioned also in the film, the most recent setting up of the 1 lakh crore research development and innovation fund for investment in the private sector R&D and the deep tech startups. Today, the challenges that we face either globally or locally, whether it is in the area of climate change and sustainability or food and water security, energy transition, health securities, are very complex, interconnected and global in nature. The advances in new age technology like artificial intelligence has made this space even more complex. And therefore addressing the challenges that face our society and also globally requires a convergence across disciplines, ministries and sectors. ANRF provides that platform through which this convergence can become systematic rather than merely incidental. The Department of Science and Technology, apart from the ANRF, has launched several mission mode programs. Our other sister ministries have also significant programmatic R&D interventions. So together, these initiatives, whether they are other missions in other ministries like quantum mission, in the DST or cyber physical missions, or the biomanufacturing programs. These initiatives reflect a decisive shift from the technology adoption to a leadership in the technology. By aligning our policies, our institutions, and our talent, we are building an ecosystem that is resilient and also globally competitive. I would urge all of you on this occasion to reflect that how we can work together to ensure that our scientific excellence continues to translate into a much more stronger, self-reliant and the developed economy. So thank you very much for making me a part of this. I once again congratulate the ANRF, as I was fortunate and privileged to be steering the ANRF since its beginning, and I see that the entire staff, officers, and led by the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Kumar, all the success in the coming years, and together we can make that impact, which is not only lasting but also making India a globally competitive world in terms of science and technology. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And as you mentioned, that today is an opportunity to reflect on the work of 2 years that we've been involved in. And now what lies ahead? Taking these learnings forward and building on the work that has already been done. Thank you once again for addressing us. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will invite a guest of honor for his address. I take the opportunity of inviting Professor Ajay Sood to please address the distinguished gathering today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands as we request sir for a few words on this momentous occasion. Sir.
Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, also Vice President of Mission Governing Board of ANRF, Professor Abhay Karandikar, Secretary DST, Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyan Raman, the first CEO of ANRF, all the secretaries here in the hall, all the fraternity from ANRF, DST and other science ministries, members from the academia, industry and the foundations, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it's a great privilege to be here and to be associated with ANRF in a very deep manner, right from the concept when it was proposed and the actualization of this over the years and coming to this stage of the second birthday. So it's really a great journey, and for me it has been a privilege, and it is really enjoyable because I feel along with all of you that it is really a path-breaking step which our government took, and it has a potential to make a big difference in our science and technology ecosystem. So this, as was mentioned by Professor Karandikar and in the film, this foundation was established with a clear guiding principle of democratizing research and create a seamless bridge between laboratories, universities and industries. And that is also very clear when the funds were given for this, because a good part of the funding is expected to be generated from private sector, from foundations, from philanthropic organizations, so that there is a synergy between all the stakeholders. So the impact of ANRF will lie in the ability to break down silos, ensuring that every innovative idea, regardless of where it originates, find the support required to flourish and really take it forward to its rightful place. Rather than just funding projects, the focus is on building a culture of inquiry that transforms the overall approach to science, taking science from lab to the society. Now, to turn this vision into reality, as you saw, ANRF has already launched in the last 1 year various initiatives which were designed to build capacity and position India at the forefront of contemporary science and technology. I will not repeat that. There are many innovative programs, as you saw, especially the PAIR, which is the partnership of Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 institutes. Maha program, which means the focused program on many of them have been launched now. EV, electric mobility, on 2D materials, on AI for science and engineering, AI for medtech, and many more are in the pipeline. And this is really telling how we really need the mission mode projects to really take from fundamental science to its applications. So I will not repeat all that. And this is something is the onus is on us, all of us actually, to make these programs work. Because this is the first step we have done, the launch, but really the proof of the pudding will be when it really gives the fruits what we have envisaged. So obviously the funding the projects are important, but we must not undermine the importance of building a culture of inquiry, especially in the current times when we see science and technology as the backbone of geopolitical strength and national resilience. This has come more and more, especially in the last 3-4 years, when the technological sovereignty is really becoming a key issue for national sovereignty, economic sovereignty, and so on. So the technological sovereignty is an important thing, and this is what we feel that ANRF, through its various instruments, including the RDI fund, which has been released very recently by Honorable Prime Minister on 3rd November, will make a difference because it will bring R&D from the private sector. And this is what all of us are very excited, where ANRF can play a very, very big role. Now, our priority is also to build a talent-ready skill reservoir. Because we all know infrastructure is important, but our greatest strength, all of you will agree, is in the human capital. And this is where we need to see that our demographic advantage really translates into a workforce which is not only for India but for the global S&T ecosystem. And this is where we have a huge potential which is offered by ANRF. This is what will inspire our youths, and this is where we hope we will go. So the path to the developed India, as we all say, the Viksit Bharat, runs through the corridors of R&D and innovation. There is no other way, and this has been iterated many times by our Honorable Prime Minister, where technology is at the core of our aim to have a Viksit Bharat. So we all know that the significance of research has never been higher as now, because there is really a geopolitical shift which we need to really take into account when we talk of technological sovereignty, as I mentioned. So the expectations from ANRF are rightly ambitious, and all of us have the responsibility to contribute to this. So once again, I will congratulate the ANRF fraternity and the entire ecosystem on this second birthday but first foundation day. So I think there is a 1 year gap. This is because the baby was growing. Now it has started to almost crawl, and it's crawling stage, but I hope
next time when we meet, it will be running. And this is where we will have to see that it steers ahead. Thank you very much.
Viksit Bharat runs through the corridors of research and development. Thank you, sir, for addressing us. And as you mentioned that we have to take science from the labs to the society. Thank you very much for sharing your perspectives with all of us today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move further, it is time for the address by our chief guest. We now take the opportunity of requesting and inviting Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, the Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, please अपने मार्गदर्शक विचारों से हमें लाभान्वित करें. Sir.
Principal Scientific Advisor Professor Sood, Secretary Department of Science and Technology Professor Abhay Karandikar, CEO ANRF Dr. Kumar Kalyan, Secretary Biotechnology Dr. Rajesh Gokhale, DG CSIR Dr. Kalai Selvi, Secretary Earth Sciences Dr. Ravi Chandran, Secretary Atomic Energy Dr. Mohanty, members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, of course, like others, I have to compliment you. I think much of what we are celebrating has been put across to you by Dr. Kalyan Kumar, who's actually presented the trailer before you of the picture which he says Baki hai. But I'm sure when the picture is ready, you with the presence of Dr. Kalai Selvi also here, will have a Tamil version as well. Because as he was mentioning, the reach out through the social media. So certainly we hope to reach out to the stakeholders in the language they understand better. And jokes apart, I do mean that. We are in the process of reaching out to the stakeholders who are spread across the length and breadth of the Indian Peninsula. Professor Sood complimented you on the second birthday, and he said that he's been witness to the 1 year of the growth of the baby. But what he missed out is that he was also witness to the gestation period. Like many of us, so I'm sure for many years to come, all of us, many of us sitting in this room will feel proud to look back and to tell those who take over that look here, the ANRF, the fruits of which you are relishing, was actually conceived, gestated and born when we are around. So it is, I say so because possibly we don't realize it now, which I also precisely said in the parliament when this bill came. Because when the history is in making, you don't realize. It's only the historians then make you realize by the time you are around or not. But nevertheless, I think this was a very unique experiment. It was possible primarily because we had someone like Mr. Modi as the Prime Minister. Because most of the political establishments, the political dispensations are not inclined to take out of status quo decisions. So a couple of presentations later, when Prime Minister was forthcoming, we could go ahead. And I have no hesitation in saying that the National Research Foundation that we have drafted and compiled is actually a better version of all the other national research foundations which we have in some of the countries, like whether it's US or Germany, because it has taken us normally twice the period of the normal gestation. It's taken us almost 2 years, repeated presentations, and everybody was so passionately involved that this morning the first message I received was from Akhilesh Gupta, who is no longer superannuated, because they took it as a very personal passion and studied all the models. And why I say it's a better version, because we have incorporated all the merits of each of the other models, plus also included some of those features which are exclusive to us, like for example the tradition Indian knowledge, which is exclusively R&R domain, which is not their domain. So we have tried to combine, as PM keeps saying, virasat se vikas. So we have tried to combine and get the best of all. And more so because after the COVID and the post-COVID, even the West is started looking up with interest to the oriental systems of science research, including the life sciences. But I remember many of us in the allopathy, where hugely contemptuous about the oriental systems of medicine, but during COVID I would receive phone calls from contemporaries who had gone abroad or settled down in US, other countries. For decades together, they would make frantic calls in the middle of the night and ask for a booster in homeopathy or ayurveda, because when you are faced with the threat of death, then you realize the value of the other systems. So this is, I think, one of the best times happening for us to put across our point of view to the rest of the world, which also has a huge geopolitical relevance. And therefore, to add to what Professor Abhay was saying, this is actually a decisive shift also from a traditional funding agency to a rather fund generating enabler. And that would also enable us to live up to the global benchmarks and also enable us to develop a global mindset. Because so far, having come out of 200 years of colonial rule, there was a certain amount of a feudal mindset. So we always looked up to the government for funding. And in the morning walk, we compared ourselves to NASA. So similarly with the case with atomic energy, similarly also with the case in space, you would say, what has ISRO done compared to NASA? Without realizing that NASA doesn't depend on the government for everything. But we were, because the mindset was there. So for the first time, we have actually also sought to follow global strategies. Large amount of funding with both the human as well as the financial would be from non-government sources. And when I said this is a better version, in your governing body, you don't only have the representatives from the science streams or the industry as the other research foundations have across the world. We also have representatives from social sciences, from culture, from humanities, because the context is integrated. At least, right, as Professor Sood said, we are integrating ourselves through this exercise, but there's also an integration of the different domains, even the extra science domains. So we have tried to add that flavor as well. And therefore, when we seek for ourselves a global role, it is not possible unless we learn to live up to the global benchmarks, follow global parameters and follow the global strategy. And that's precisely ANRF is actually meant to inspire. And as Dr. Kumar was referring to this mission of advancement of high priority areas, the MAHA, we've already gone ahead with two of the successful ventures. One is the MAHA electric vehicle mission, which is R&D across materials, battery technologies, power technologies, etc. And the MAHA AI for science and engineering, where again we have the whole of government. We have virtually all the science agencies in the government of India, whether it's DBT or ICMR or DRDO, even besides these ministries, because the time has come to go for theme-based initiatives rather than ministry-based initiatives, because we are no longer bound, because the administrative ministries are bound by the domains of demarcation done by administration or by political considerations. But here we go beyond that. So we have also realized that and sought to develop a different kind of mindset. So finally, I would say that when we move on, and this is a part of a larger ecosystem, as yesterday only the first call was made for the RDI, and it was so gladdening that out of the 191 proposals that we have received, the first thing I asked Dr. Abhay was how many from the private sector. And I was so glad and also flattered, 160, which means that now we are turning away from the government. And most of these success stories have emanated from the countries, from the nations who don't even have the time to, knock the doors of the government corridors. They're so much occupied with their own business and work. It's only over here we spend more time walking up and down the corridors of the Secretariat than doing our R&D. So I think we are now on a course which is actually going to promise us that pedestal of 2047, and finally ANRF would actually not only spell ease of science, ease of research, ease of innovation, ease of transfer of technology, and ease of the technology-driven economic growth of future India that the entire world is looking up to. So thank you very much. Hope all of us are together again on the next birthday.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर शेयरिंग योर वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम विद ऑल ऑफ अस. अपने मार्गदर्शक विचारों से हमें लाभान्वित करने के लिए बहुत बहुत आभार. एंड एज यू मेंशन दैट इट इज इंडीड अ डिसाइसिव स्टेप फ्रॉम अ ट्रेडिशनल फंडिंग एजेंसी टू द फंड generator. Thank you once again for addressing us. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of the program today, may I please take the opportunity of inviting Shri Nishant Verma-ji, Joint Secretary ANRF, to kindly please propose the vote of thanks now. Sir.
Respected Union Honorable Minister, the Chief Guest of our ANRF Foundation Day event, and also the Vice President of GB of ANRF, distinguished dignitaries, senior officials from the Government of India, eminent scientists, members of academia and industry, representatives from startups, innovators, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of ANRF, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion of ANRF Foundation Day being held here today in the Prithvi Hall. First and foremost, we want to express our gratitude to the chief guest of the event, Dr. Jitendra Singh sir, Honorable Minister of State Independent Charge, Ministry of Earth Sciences and Science and Technology, for gracing this occasion and for his inspiring address. His constant guidance and leadership continue to strengthen India's science, technology and innovation ecosystem, and he has always provided a strong policy direction to ANRF. We extend our sincere thanks to Professor Ajay Kumar Sood sir, who is our chairperson, Executive Council of ANRF, for his thoughtful insights, for constantly championing the cause of scientific excellence, interdisciplinary research and translation of knowledge into societal impact. A special word of appreciation is also due to Professor Abhay Karandikar sir, Secretary DST, for delivering the Foundation Day lecture today and for his unwavering support to ANRF. His leadership has always been pivotal in nurturing research ecosystems, fostering collaboration and ensuring alignment with the national priorities. I would like to place on record our sincere gratitude to Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyan Raman sir, our CEO of ANRF, for his invaluable guidance, encouragement and close support in always conceptualizing and steering the new programs in ANRF. I would like to specially acknowledge the dedicated efforts of our ANRF team, which has been involved in planning and organizing today's program. We also acknowledge the guidance and support of the DST, the MOES and all associated and the link ministries and departments of Government of India, whose cooperation and collaboration enable ANRF to function as a catalytic platform for national research and innovation. I would also like to place on record our heartfelt thanks to all the delegates who have joined us today. Your presence, ideas and engagement gives true meaning to this Foundation Day and reinforce the spirit of partnership that ANRF stands for. Finally, I thank all participants for their valuable time and contribution, and I hope today's deliberation and reflections will further strengthen our collective resolve to advance India's research and innovation landscape in the spirit of Viksit Bharat. Thank you all.
देश सर्वोपरि, राष्ट्र सर्वोपरि. कहते हैं जो भरा नहीं है भावों से, बहती जिसमें रसधार नहीं, वो हृदय नहीं, वो पत्थर है जिसमें स्वदेश का प्यार नहीं. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem now.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा. तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
We now invite all ANRF officers to kindly please join us on the stage with the honorable dignitaries for a group photograph opportunity. ANRF ऑफिसर्स से निवेदन है, कृपया मंच पर हमारे गणमान्य अतिथियों के साथ आप आ जाएं ताकि एक ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ इस लम्हे को सदा यादगार बनाने के लिए आइए एक फ़ोटो अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए ANRF ऑफिसर्स को मंच पर आमंत्रित करते हैं। This is a moment for group photograph and all ANRF officers are requested to please join us on the dais. We request all to kindly remain seated please. सभी ऑडियंस मेंबर्स से निवेदन है कि अगले 5 मिनट के लिए प्लीज आप सभी लोग बैठ जाएं। सभी से निवेदन अपने अपने स्थान पर कृपया बैठे रहें। Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion, for being a part of ANRF's Foundation Day celebration. सभी लोग अपनी अपनी जगह पर बैठे रहें। We request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly please proceed to the VIP lounge for high tea, followed by all of us, then moving for the high tea. पहले गणमान्य अतिथियों के लिए हम प्लीज जगह बनाते हैं। आइल एरिया को खाली कर दें सभी लोग प्लीज। सभी हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स आइल एरिया को खाली कर दें और गणमान्य अतिथियों से निवेदन करेंगे कि हाई टी के लिए आप VIP लाउंज की तरफ प्रस्थान करें, जिसके पश्चात हम सब लोग भी आगे बढ़ेंगे।